Hey, welcome back to Milton Daily Homes. Chuck here. I posted the episode from yesterday. You can hear I was sick. I did the episode, then immediately went home and went right to bed. So we have 9 properties today, and let's get started. The other thing that's kind of a big deal is we eliminated this whole username and password from the site, and we went back to how it used to be, which is just awesome. That's it. That's how you get into the site. And it saves it in your computer, your iPad, or anything else. So it's like you have full navigation here without that kind of cumbersome thing, which I never liked, but we kind of did it because it's the most compliant thing to do. But you know, we're moving to a new site, bigger, better things. We thought, let's just keep this easier and just have one password to unlock everything. So anyway, let's talk about some homes. Now, the most recent sale at 1379 Costigan just happened, and it sold for we'll call it in the 440s. I believe it was a little bit bigger than this one, but this is a 2-bedroom plus den for 900 to 999 square feet. Usually, what that means is that it's you don't have as much living space. And so anyway, there's one parking spot down below. Here's the thing that got me. Possession, FEX. I know they were trying to say flex, but if you type FEX into Google, you're going to find out that it's actually a flexible fabric. And in the Urban Dictionary, there's some very colorful uses of that word. So I'll let you look that up on Urban Dictionary, the word FEX, and don't blame the messenger. So 632 Rose Heath. Now, in this neighborhood, this is called Bronte Meadows. It's kind of like the corner of Derry and Bronte, and so it's right in there, just north of the hospital. So there's plans in that area for a 6-story building to be built. It's not approved as far as I'm aware of, but the residents have started talking, and we've had discussions with clients and potential clients who live on the street about that. But I think you're going to see on streets like this one, Clover Park, you're going to start to see a bit of movement, because not all of them are thrilled at having a 6-story building that they can see from somewhere around their house. Remember, a lot of the residents here are starting to turn over, so it's people who have been there a while who are giving way to younger families. And so especially the people that have been there for a while, the people that knew Milton as a 30 to 35,000 person community, it's a big change for them. So we'll kind of keep that in mind as we look ahead in future months, as there will be definitely some, I would say maybe even higher than average turnover on these streets in Bronte Meadows, in that little pocket. So Zimmerman, 48 feet across the backyard. You've got a finished basement here. That is a front room that isn't always enclosed. In this case it is. Sometimes it's just kind of a doorway out to I guess a pass-through into the hallway. Sundial built this home. What they're known for is deep lots. So aside from it being a pie-shaped lot, you're also wide. You're wider. So right away, like you've got your 48 feet, but you're 109 deep too. So the Matamis in this neighborhood are probably like 80 to 85 feet deep, 25 feet more, plus the width is worth something. So I think the home is about 1,700 square feet. For that kind of size, we're probably looking around the 700. Then you add the premium for the lot. The other thing about these homes, the garage doesn't protrude very much, so you have an opportunity to do 2 cars parking side by side, which is the next best thing to having a double car garage. So this one is taking offers. When are they taking offers? I have it on my other split screen. It'll be on Wednesday, February 15th is when offers are being taken here. Now, there are not many homes in Milton that have a walkout basement. This one on Rule does. It's 1835 square feet. That is the walkout. You have a bathroom downstairs, kind of an interesting ceiling effect. I don't know if I love the way these two woods work together. I think if it was carpet plus the wood, that's okay. plain up here, carpet or wood down below, that's fine. But the two woods to me just kind of, I don't know, something doesn't work. It's more basic upstairs, really without the basement, without the walkout. This one may or may not sell for this. When you add that stuff in, I think it's happened very quickly that these homes, almost anything detached, 1,800 square feet, the new norm now is 800 something. And the double garages have now kind of gone further up. A lot of them, 24, 25, 2,600 square feet are now going up in the nines. And the $1 million is not what it used to be. Now, despite what we just talked about, Old Milton has it's sat a little bit further behind the new area in terms of appreciation. So you start seeing prices like this. And because probably for every 10 sales in the new area, there's one sale in the old area, we don't always have the same kind of sales history. And so usually what happens is that they'll kind of glide along and then there'll be a big sale and then that's the new mark. So in the new area, because there's more, you see a little bit more of a linear. The old part tends to go up and then stay and then go up like this. So there's not a whole lot out there in the old parts. There was one that just sold a double car garage, but nothing like this. This is a split level. They're actually really good for investors because you can split these homes up a lot of different ways. There are some upgrades here, but there's also, for some reason, whenever I see these back splits, they always tend to have some kind of like different floor. Like they seem like they're piecemeal renovations instead of, hey, we got everything looking the same. Even colors, like you've got a green room, a blue room. Like we always think about, when we're trying to, if there is an opportunity to repaint and to make a home look better, you almost want the whole house to be the same color because then it flows much, much better. So you have a chain link fence on both sides. Most people are not going to be happy with that. They're going to look at putting a wood fence in. You're looking about probably $100 per panel. With the depth of this at 136 feet, I would think you're probably sharing some of the cost with your neighbors if they want to. If they don't, the chain link is sufficient. They don't have to share the cost with you. If there was nothing there, they'd have to share the minimum cost. That's a bylaw. But anyway, you're probably $100 per panel along both sides. I would think you're somewhere between probably $2,000 and $3,000, maybe a little bit more if your neighbors do not pitch in. Call it $5,000 just to be safe if you did want wood fence on both sides. So the last one on our list is Fitzgerald, and when you open the Oakville Milton or the Ortis link, it's the second MLS system in town. I like what it shows because there's a map here. You have the two schools. You have a school here. You have that is Chris Hadfield's school. You've got some ponds and some park areas. There's a park right through here. And then you have all of your shopping along Maple here. So you've got restaurants. You have Home Depot. You've got the beer store. What else do you have there? Tons of shops. Tons of places to go. Sunset Grill if you want to go for breakfast. And so this area, and even if you go down a little bit further, like that's your GO train station right here on Drew Center. That's your GO train parking. Sharon, if you look right around here, that's the station right there where you get on. So even that is probably walking distance from Fitzgerald. You're probably, I don't know, maybe a 20-minute walk to get down there. You can get on the highway really easily. So if I zoomed out a little bit, you'd see how close we are to James Snow Parkway. You just basically head over to Maple, go down, and then loop on, and then you go right to Toronto too. So that can save you, 15 minutes probably from someone who's in the southwest part of Milton in Harrison or Scott. It makes a big difference. So you have the Center for the Arts here. You have the main library branch down here. You've got the community center. There's really a lot. This is really the commercial corner and hub of Milton, right in this Dempsey neighborhood. So let's go back here. And so 244 Fitzgerald, this is the property. It is a townhouse at 574 888. A lot of townhouses. We talked about the 8s and the 9s. Towns are starting to break through in the 7s. I don't think this one will hit 700, but I think there's a real chance for it to sell in the probably low 6s based on what we're seeing here. So the other thing about the age of this home is it's getting to the point where roof, furnace, air conditioning, those kind of things are going to need some attention. And so you want to definitely pay attention to them. So it looks like they've painted the original cabinets. They put a nice glass backsplash, changed the light fixtures around. The carpets by this time, if they're original carpets, can be a little bit worn down. So I cannot tell that from the pictures. You have to go have a look at it. But it's dressed up very well. You cannot fake pride of ownership. And so far from what I'm seeing, this one looks good. We talked about the standard depth for a Mattamy lot is about 80 to 85 feet. This one is 93. So an extra 13 feet in a backyard, pretty much 50% the size. Like, you will feel a big difference with this lot compared to some of the Mattamy townhouses. Now, they didn't build them as wide as some of the older ones. Mattamy townhouses used to be, more than 24 and a half feet wide. That was their whole wide lot philosophy in the older areas, comparable age. So that's it. That's all I have to say. This one looks really good. Solid front to back. I would just definitely pay attention to the things that are... Okay, so we're done the episode. I forgot to mention that on Saturday we are doing the Milton buyer class, and we're doing it right here in Milton, starting at 10 o'clock a.m. So finish the class, go have lunch. Maybe if you want to go do a tour, go to some open houses, you can do that. If you want to register, it's miltonbuyerclass.com. Okay, so have a great day. We'll see you tomorrow.